Thought about, I'm like, yeah, one day I'm gonna marry Deiondra, but I didn't know that I was gonna do this soon, like
Right.
propose and stuff. I'm just like, I called my mama like, hey, I think I'm gonna marry Deiondra. My mama like, all right, so she like, shit.
Y'all, Jacquees and his baby mama, Deiondra Sanders, are at it again, and these two are being messy. They have been going back and forth at it for a hot minute now, and every time we think that it possibly couldn't get worse, it does. Now, Miss Ma'am almost got beat because, allegedly, Jacquees' sister pulled up on her in Tennessee and tried to jump her for talking smack about Jacquees' family and his mom. A Twitter user called Deiondra out and spilled all the tea on how she almost got whooped by Jacquees' sister. Now, y'all know that Deiondra is not the one to play with, and she clapped back hard at this. But hold up, because there's more. Jacquees also got exposed for allegedly cheating on her with multiple women and trying to spin the block with his ex Dreezy while Deiondra was pregnant with their baby. Chile, this is a hot mess. But what does Deiondra's father, Deion, think about his daughter being dog-walked like this? Let's spill the tea. And we're coming in hot because Deiondra is mad that Jacquees is back and working with Loaf. If y'all didn't know, Jacquees and Dej had a mixtape released a few years back called F a Friend Zone. They just released F a Friend Zone 2, and Deiondra doesn't like that. She doesn't like the fact that the two of them are out and about together and promoting the music. In fact, she hated really hard on the album and this partnership, and she just wants to know, is her baby daddy fooling around with Dej? Is this a fake situationship to promote the album? But y'all hear this, she doesn't care which one is true because she don't like either of them. None of it sits right with her at all, and it just went downhill from there. It got so bad that when Dej and Jacquees wanted to shoot a video for one of the songs on F a Friend Zone 2, Dej refused to have Deiondra on set. If you thought Deiondra was just going to take it sitting down, you don't know the woman. She exploded online and shaded the living daylight out of the album. She said, "People gotta fake a relationship to sell albums. Stop asking me why I'm not around. I am not allowed to be around them because Dej would feel uncomfortable if his fiance were there. As I said before, y'all got it, y'all won. Hope y'all lil albums sell the most y'all done ever sold." Now, hell hath no fury like Jacquees' family. When Deiondra's tweet went up, Jacquees' mom Rosie clapped back at Deiondra, and girl, she dragged her hard. She called Deiondra a dummy, saying that there was no point in saying that they were faking a relationship to sell an album because everyone knows it's not a real relationship. And this time, as many other times, fans are on Jacquees' side. Everybody has been going on about how Loaf is gay and has a girlfriend. So why is Deiondra mad that they working together? Girl, make it make sense. Rosie wasn't done because even though she called Deiondra a dummy, she let her father, Deion Sanders, have his flowers for putting Jacquees on his show. This set Deiondra off again, and she went off on Jacquees' family. On her IG story, she wrote, "Yes, you're welcome for having your son on my daddy show. They respected him with class, unlike y'all. Y'all got the right one today." You see, this drama with Loaf working with Jacquees has reached an all-time low. Deiondra wasn't done telling off her baby daddy's family because she went on to expose Rosie for mishandling her son's finances. And she made sure it was out there too, calling Rosie out by her name. She said, "Ms. Rosie better stop playing with me. Nobody is off limits now. Now go be with your husband and keep stealing and hiding your son's money." Chile, not her dragging every single member of his family. We all know that Jacquees is the king of all the mama's boys in the space, right? So when he saw his baby mama dissing his mom, he allegedly sent her packing. It seems like Deiondra is back at her mom's house, and she hates that. The streets are saying that their engagement is off too, but y'all didn't hear that from me. But then, I guess this shouldn't be so surprising because everyone knows that Jacquees is something of a mama's boy, so Deiondra had to have known that he wasn't going to sit back and watch her go off on his mama like that. Her coming for his mom didn't sit right with anybody in Jacquees' family, and they have been going all out trying to do something about it. If y'all thought Rosie dissing Deiondra on her Instagram was the worst of it, think again because she almost got herself beat up by Jacquees' sister, Miracle. There's so much that led to this, and it's quite the tea, but first, let's talk about why Jacquees is always on his mama's side, even if she's wrong. Deiondra has hinted that Jacquees' relationship with his mother is weird. He has also admitted that he makes really big decisions as long as Ms. Rosie approves. As if that's not messy enough, he also revealed that he had to get his mom's approval to propose to Deiondra.
You know, we was packing up the spot. I knew we was getting ready to move and stuff because we just got a crib together. And you know, we was getting ready to do all this stuff, and I'm watching her pregnant, doing all this stuff. I'm just like, I called my mama like, hey, I think I'm gonna marry Deiondra. You feel me? I'm like, but my mama like, all right. So she like,
But that's not all, because everyone knows that the relationship was a hot mess from the start. I mean, nobody in these two families approves of each other. Deion Sanders and his sons have told Deiondra multiple times they don't approve of her relationship with Jacquees, and only recently accepted Jacquees because Deiondra gave birth to his son Snow. Jacquees' family also doesn't like Deiondra for nothing, and there's always some drama going on between them. This is why Deiondra finds it weird that Jacquees had to get his mother's permission to propose to her. I mean, there's the place for advice, but him seeking her approval is kind of weird. It gets weirder though because Deiondra had to sit through an interview she didn't even know about. Mama Rosie told her boy to ask Deiondra about her long and short-term goals, qualifications, and all that stuff.
a couple things you need to ask her before you do that. You know what I'm saying? So she like, you need to take her out and you need to ask her these certain questions. Ask her long-term goals, her short-term goals. Ask her like, you know, like how y'all can work together, like, you know, to do certain things, like what's the plan? You know what I'm saying? She's like, make sure y'all got a plan. You feel what I'm saying? And make sure you know her short-term goals and her long-term goals.
Okay,
You know what I'm
fair.
saying? So I was like, okay, cool. She was like, but besides that shit, ain't she it?
And maybe she was looking for a maid. Jacquees himself said that his mom didn't want anything to do with Deiondra until the day she came into their tour bus and straightened up the whole place. That was when Rosie told her son that Deiondra was the one.
Deiondra had came with me on tour. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was telling me on tour, she was like, hey, that's the one. She was like, I'm telling you, like, you need to go ahead and figure out how you going, but that's the one. She make you better. She like, that's what you need.
She got you going to church.
Yeah, she was like, you know what I'm saying? And this before all that. This was my
Okay.
mama just seeing early, like, because Deiondra came on the bus and just straightened up the whole tour bus. Like my room was a mess. I came back, my shit organized, shoes over here, drawers over there, socks, da-da-da. She just getting everybody right on the bus. I'm like, Chile came and changed the whole shit. And my mama was noticing that, like,
Feels
damn, she
good.
put some structure.
Right.
Weird, right? You would think that it was enough to win Rosie over to Deiondra's side, but you couldn't be more wrong. If you didn't know, Jacquees and Dreezy were together for a long time before Deiondra came into the picture, and rumor has it that she was the reason they broke up. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Rosie liked Dreezy a lot and hated that she and Jacquees had split up and that Deiondra had come into the picture. Allegedly, the reason Jacquees had to propose to Deiondra was because he got caught getting all flirty with Dreezy. If you remember, Deion Sanders didn't want his daughter to date Jacquees because of his constant infidelity. Well, as it turns out, Mama Rosie knew her son was getting dirty on the down low with his ex while Deiondra was pregnant with his son. It sounds crazy, right? It looks like Deiondra found out and started shading Dreezy on the internet. After Jacquees proposed, it seemed like she was really mad that Jacquees was still fooling around with Dreezy and tweeted, "Why would he switch out a dime for a penny?" She didn't stop there and even exposed Dreezy for doing some weird stuff. She followed it with another tweet. "Obsessed is when you still sending underwear with your face on it to the crib." And that's when it all broke loose because y'all know that Dreezy is not the type to take a diss lying down. She replied to her tweet, letting Deiondra know that her man was out chasing other people. "Obsessed is y'all having a baby on the way, but the ninja begging to get me pregnant because he F with you, bird brain. TF, I turn your ninja down every day for you, and this is the thanks I get around this MF." Dreezy didn't stop there because she supported every last thing she said with receipts, y'all. One of the texts was Jacquees saying, "Don't be a dummy, just let me get you pregnant too." But Dreezy shot him down. She also posted another chat with the caption, "This yo baby daddy?" What's sad is that Jacquees also trashed Deiondra in Dreezy's DMs and said that he didn't want her. He wanted Dreezy because she was his first love. In the screenshot, Jacquees wrote, "I want you. I don't want her. You are my true love. I want you, Dreezy." Again, Dreezy shot him down, making it clear that there was nothing between them. From the text, it looks like Jacquees told Dreezy he didn't want to have a baby with Deiondra because being intimate with her doesn't define love. Deiondra decided to let the world know how she was feeling and wrote, "I'm just so heartbroken. I prayed for God to show me. I know we should never question God, but sometimes I question why even allow me to love this hard if you knew. I just feel so stupid and so dumb." Well, what's done is done, and Deiondra is doing her own stuff while making sure Jacquees suffers too. She knew one way to pull a big power move was her son. She made it clear that Snow would be taking her last name Sanders because Jacquees hadn't married her yet, and from the looks of it, there might never be a marriage. And ever since it's been out there that Jacquees was chasing his ex, it feels right that Deiondra wants to suspect that any woman he's moving too close to is on his list to fool around with. It is also probably why she doesn't care too much about anything she says about her baby daddy's family, because it's obvious that these people will never be on her side no matter what. Word on the streets is that Ms. Rosie has allegedly taken it upon herself to find the perfect woman for her son. It looks like she thought she could get Deiondra to do whatever she wanted, but when she realized that it wasn't happening, she started encouraging her son to keep looking outside. Even though she says that the situation with Loaf and Jacquees isn't real, many people are not putting it past her for her to pressure her son to go after Dej if it means that Deiondra would not be with him anymore. And that's how we're back to the part that got this whole family going physical on each other. It was a lot of things that led Miracle, Jacquees' sister, to attempt to jump her in Tennessee. From Deiondra accusing Rosie of mishandling Jacquees' money to Jacquees himself, banning her from going to his music video shoot with Loaf, Deiondra has been going at it with the members of this family. It is no news that another family member decided to join the racket. And we would not have known about this if that one Twitter user hadn't immediately spilled the beans, asking Deiondra to tell the truth and stop capping. Deiondra tweeted, "I love my family," and this user came out and said, "Hell to the no, that's not true." She commented, "Let's talk about how his sister was about to beat your behind today and you ran to the back and he cursed you out. You're like a roach that won't leave that family alone, sis." Did Deiondra just get called a roach after just being called a dummy? It is a tough day out here for this woman. Deiondra clapped back hard. Even though she later hit that delete button as quickly as lightning, she said, "And let's talk about once my daddy's security came, ninjas was scared to even be in the same room as me. I bet a hoe know not to play with me now." This fan didn't end it there. And she must have been hard pressed and needed Deiondra to say what happened, because she wrote, "You running behind that man, he and the baby got on all Gucci, you got on Fashion Nova looking like somebody's grandma." So what does Jacquees have to say about this? Well, he's still off with Loaf and people are telling them how good they look together, and Deiondra is not feeling this. In a picture that Jacquees posted together with Loaf, a fan commented, "You two need to hurry up and become official. Your chemistry has been present for a long time." Deiondra wasn't having none of it and replied, "Yeah, that will never happen." Another person said, "Why is baby mama not present? She is in every other picture." And Deiondra let it out there that she wasn't allowed to be there. It seems that Deiondra popping off on the internet about this, as well as dissing Rosie and calling her a thief, caused Jacquees' sister, Miracle, to pull up on her. After Deiondra called Rosie out and told her to stop playing, Miracle allegedly stepped into Deiondra, warning her not to speak on her mother like that. After Deion Sanders' security diffused the situation and the dust settled, Miracle posted on her Instagram story. She wrote, "No weapon fashioned against me or my family will prosper. Not in this life or the next. We are covered." It seems that she was subtly shading Deiondra because of the tweet in which she said she loved her family as well. If your baby daddy's family is looking to beat and disrespect you, should you even be anywhere near them anymore? Someone reasonable would leave, and it looks like that's what Deiondra is planning to do now, especially because she already told Jacquees that there is no way that Snow is getting his last name because they are not married yet. If she decides to leave Jacquees, then he may never have his father's last name. I don't know if that's some sort of payback, but hey, if this is a war of who's the saltiest, somebody's gotta win. Deiondra has been dragged for not knowing her worth because her daddy is the Deion Sanders, so why is she going this low? People have been talking about how she has terrible choices in men, pointing out how she used to date Boosie. We thought it couldn't get messier than that. She got together with Jacquees and even got pregnant by him. According to reports, Deiondra's brothers weren't happy at all with the fact that Deiondra got pregnant with Jacquees' baby, because it's like ever since she started going out with him, she has been embarrassing herself all over the place. And it's not just her brothers who have an issue, because rumor has it that her daddy also isn't in support. He reportedly sat her down to talk about the whole situation with Loaf and Jacquees because he didn't like that his first daughter was embarrassing herself on the internet and decided to have a serious conversation with her. He posted the video on Instagram, and in the video, he was advising her on how to handle conflict with grace. He asked her how she'd been holding up and if she'd been praying and keeping herself full of the word, and she said yes, which was when he asked her why she let herself be provoked by people. Deion Sanders told her that the greatest power he had was the ability to walk away and that she needed to get that too.
How you doing, baby girl?
I'm good, Daddy.
You doing good?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing great.
We praying ourselves up, keeping ourselves full of the word.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. I appreciate it.
I'm done letting people. I'm done.
Well, why do you allow yourself to be provoked?
Because people be playing with me.
Yeah, but you gotta learn how the greatest gift in the world that I possess is the ability to walk away.
I know. I need to learn that right now.
You gotta learn, baby, how to walk away and live and smile to see another day.
Just pray for me.
I always
Thank
pray
you.
for you. I pray for this little joker too.
Anyway, the current speculation is that Deiondra and Jacquees are going to be done and through with each other. If that's the case, then maybe Rosie and her children would stop being messy. Jacquees has said nothing on this matter, and that just goes to show how much he really doesn't care about Deiondra, the mother of his son, being disrespected. Who knows? Maybe she'll put herself first from now on. Recently, she has been talking about how hard postpartum is and the wish that men would take a class that told them how to deal with postpartum. She also tweeted, "No more disrespect allowed." Maybe we're not going to see anything now, but something tells me the drama ain't over from these people. But let me know what y'all think and be sure to check out this next video.